Hi, I'm Sunny J, and today I want to talk about grief. Grief is a very unique situation, and everybody grieves differently. And the key piece is we got to understand that everybody grieves differently. So when we've gone through grief, we might have handled it one way, whereas somebody else that's going through grief handles it a different way. So we can't tell people how they should grieve. But what we can do is be an ear. Be there so that we can listen when they want to talk. Not make them talk, but be there when they want to talk, when they're ready to talk. Be that listening ear, not telling them how to grieve, not telling them what they need to do, what they have to do, all those things, but being a friend. And that includes being a loved one. You still be a friend. Be there for that person. I will tell you a particular instance that I went through with a friend. She lost a child and was devastated. And I saw that what was happening, she was going to work and coming home and just drinking herself to sleep. And I realized, obviously, that's no way to function. And at some point in time, you're going to become an alcoholic, and it's going to be not only a problem at home, but also at work, right? So in talking with her, being that listening ear, in talking with her, she was explaining to me how people were telling her, well, you need to go to church. You need to do this. You need to do that. They weren't listening. They were telling her what she needed to do. And that wasn't helping her at all. Actually, it was making her angrier and angrier because you're telling her what she needs to do when she had been, an active member of the church. And so she had it, she took it kind of personal, right? And I totally understood that because I had been there at one time. So anyway, as she's telling me this, I realized what she needed was just somebody to be there to listen. So what we did, I made a plan and I said, I tell you what, once a week, let's get together. We'll meet at the mall after work. We'll walk the mall. We'll window shop. We'll, whatever. We'll talk if you want to talk and, don't talk if you don't want to talk, right? And we did that for almost a year. One day we had a set day. Every week we met at the mall after work and we just walked the mall and window shopped. And it wasn't like we were looking for anything, but it was getting her out of her own head, getting her into a different environment, giving her the opportunity just to change her surroundings so that, she was comfortable. Nobody was pushing her to do anything. And when she felt like she wanted to talk about it, she did. But if she didn't, she didn't. And, we did this for about a year. And by the time we got through this cycle, we talked about what is it you really want to do? What do you really see yourself wanting to do? And she mentioned something that she was really interested in. And I said, you should go for it. What's stopping you? Because sometimes you have to have something to look forward to, right? Because you don't want to look back, you got to look forward, right? You can't go backwards. You only can go forward. And so she actually started working on, the thing that she really wanted to do. And she did accomplish that. And then she started, in a sense, her life all over again. But the most important thing was there was somebody there just to listen. So the best thing you can do for anybody that is grieving, be a friend. Just be there. Sometimes your presence, just a presence there, is enough. And if they want to talk, great, listen. Don't tell people how to grieve and what they have to do because everyone's unique and there's phases we all go through, but we handle it our own way because we're individuals. When I went through grief and I lost a very, very dear, I lost my brother. He was like my best friend in the whole wide world. And I was devastated. But also I knew this, that I still had to move on. I still had to continue. So I kept going to work and I was in school at the time. And I just put a day after a day after a day after a day because I knew putting a little distance behind it would soften the blow. And it did. I mean, I still miss him to this day. It didn't stop that, but it allowed me to cope. It allowed me to find peace. It allowed me to not get down in a deep hole and stay there because that's the scariest thing. If you get too low, it's like, can you come back out of it? Can you come back up, right? So the number one thing is you got to find a way. But the most important thing, if you're with somebody that is going through grief, be a listening ear. Listen more, talk less. They have that saying where they say, we have two ears and one mouth because we're supposed to listen more than we talk. So in this instance, that's really the truth. Give them space, let them breathe, and be there to listen. I'm Sunny J. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.